Morning, morning, morning. Testing. If anybody can speak, say something, guys. I just want to make sure you guys, I can hear you. For some reason, I feel like I'm not listening.
I'm here.
Loud and clear.
I just want to test my audio.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Anybody speaking? Because I feel like I'm not listening.
I can hear you loud and clear.
It is.
Can you hear anything?
Hello, hello.
Okay, well, I think you guys can hear me. I think I can hear you guys. For some reason. Hold on, let me try to get out and get in again. I'm not concerned. Oh no. You guys listen to me? I guess I just can't hear you. For some reason, today my audio is not working. So we're gonna have to work with the chat boxes, questions, and anything else gonna be on the chat. For the meantime, we'll like figure it out. So if there is any background noise, you guys gonna have to let me know, because if I can hear, I don't know if anybody has a background and I can unmute.
Can you hear me?
So just FYI. You have to raise your hand on Zoom. You have to raise your hand. If you are on Zoom, that's what you guys gotta do. Once you raise your hand, then I can unmute people on the Zoom. But that's the problem. I can't. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I want people to talk right now. Cause that. Let me see if I can. Let me do something. Let's see if I can reset this. Hold up. All right. Well, I think I fixed it. All right. Great, 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 great. All right. Well, better meet yourself, because now I can do this. So you have background noise. That's what's gonna happen. Sure, you guys are muting your mics, so there's no background noise. I want to start in a minute.
Recording in progress.
All right, good morning. Good morning. We are back. See what's going on with the market. We have some interesting momentum out of Nvidia earnings. Most of large caps are positive. Tesla, Nvidia. Well, Nvidia overall, I feel like it's gonna retrace. I feel like people that's gonna take profits out of this. But it's positive. We can see Tesla's reacting positively. We got some levels over there. So keep an eye on them. See how things behave. SGBX had a nice move pre-market, 7.43. It's had resistance, got rejected. They got some news this morning. Last time I check, chart does not look that bad, right? I mean, they're still curling up on the EMAs. We might be able to scalp this again today if it presents the opportunity. Make sure you get the your mic again. Here I go. If I kick you out, then you know why is that. Then we got PAX. PAX has been doing well with earnings report. But let me kind of check where the volume is today. So IVP has the volume. Bonk has the volume too. So stocks that are being trending out this morning. Some penny stocks are there, but I think that the most reasonable is SGBX, right? I'm just concerned on the fact that this can totally knife down every time. But it's being bought though. Look at this right now, trying to break out again. It's actually quite a pop. Out of that 6.71 BAL level, 7.39 breaks. I mean, looking at this daily chart, we're tapping the 60 minute on the daily. We got higher gaps. That'll be interesting to see if we get there. Imagine we get there. We're looking at, I mean, there's a gap open to 10.72, but that's quite a journey, to get there. It's a lot of resistances, a lot of top liquidities that needs to break in order to get there. But nothing is impossible on the market, so we'll keep an eye on it. See if it breaks out again. Then it's a good start on the market today. Then I kind of briefly talk about AVAX. EBX is one of our swing trades. They got some positive data today. I'm gonna keep an eye on it in case that we might see a reversal. So far, there's no reversal yet. They got two positive data back to back. So what we need right now is more not the price action to react. There is no reaction yet. Very slight pop, but there's no volume. So then that's why BTS got some news. We're gonna have to try to narrow down certain things and go from there. I see some PRs as well that came out early morning. Just gonna add them on the watch list in case that we see some momentum out there. Some quick pops and drops, but nothing, sustainable yet. Nice accumulation on the one. I mean, it's still trending up. This market curling out bullish. 30-minute testing. Like we might break out again. So I took some SGBX guys here. 7.25 is my fill. SGBX guys. We're gonna give it a shot here. Out of the 1 minute curl, 1 minute curl. Risky nonetheless, because the stock is already overextended. But let's see if we can break out again 7.39. It's not that many walls. 7.40 is a wall. Let's see if we can break that out. VARs need to do the job there. We're looking 750 psychological level, so obviously breaking 750, we can open as well. So potentially 8. For stop loss, I might be looking to 6.50, 6.20. I mean, we're gonna risk $1 just because you know how volatile it is. I'm just trying to break out there. Farming, testing. See if VARs can do it. They're definitely struggling a lot. Farming is showing rejection already. This is not good, but what I do like about the chart is the 30-minute, to be honest. I like the curl. I mean, 30-minute is just flipping bullish. You might need some more time. Maybe try to grab some liquidity out of the 9. We'll see. In the meantime, what else is around? Yeah, so sellers are taking over on the drop. You know, 4 hours still flagging. But the problem is you can see we at 1, 2, 3, 4 times. We cannot rejecting out of 7.39. The daily 60 may as well tap in. We'll see why surprises later. Netflix dropping. Funny what I look into to end it on Netflix. Google make new highs, I believe, this pre-market. Yeah, 3.305 on 70. That was good. Again, Google, you're not late. Again, like I said the other day, if you're looking to buy some Google shares, do it. You're totally good. The CYPH2, I mean, daily flagging is still. I feel like CYPH is gonna surprise us one of these days. Nice recovery there. Let's see if we can break out now. There you go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Took profits out there. Sold it. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hold it. I think it's hold it. Yeah. Let's go.
Someone else to help us around.
Sister Jenny come out of commerce, though. It's so loud.
Woo, it's,
I mean, this.
what?
Let's go with that one. Why can't listen this? That was a good one. I was able to sell a 7.39 right at the hole. Now, kind of dollar. It was like 80 cents, but that was good, man. That was amazing. I was like right to click it, and as soon as I click it, you hold it. I'm out. Right? I took my profits out of that spike, but now there's a chances that you can hold I go higher. Or the problem is too that it's unpredictable. You know, you can hold and go down. Yeah. So a beautiful trade, guys. That was a good stuff. A good start of the day. Good start of the day. Yeah, I'm gonna check in a minute. Large caps. I'm trying to see. I mean, look at the vids, man. The vids are crazy. We're looking at 820, 889. That's insane. I feel like, based on the volatility, it's probably gonna hold, maybe tap eights, and then it's gonna crash back down because people are gonna sell on into it. So let me kind of really quick go over the SPY. SPY is choppy. We can see price action is flat. No clear direction, 1 minute yet. I mean, technically we're above EMA, so we're on an uptrend following the morning momentum. But still, no, I mean that's don't bring Reddit here, radio. You're gonna make me mad, brother. That's not Reddit. I mean, the stock got some news this morning. Reddit is just another pumpers. Stock got some news this morning. You gotta look into this. They actually got pretty very interesting news. So Reddit is just part of the volume, but it's not really. The stock reacted based on the setup, based on the news. I'll tell you, man. I think I lose brains every time that I hear Reddit. And in fact, you should think about, if that's true. I mean, if they dump, that thing's gonna crash back down fast because they're gonna unload it. So you have to take these with a grain of salt. Also, I added more than CBU, guys. If you guys like this one, I like this setup. I already done some this morning. I'm gonna make some DD on this one later. But again, Tesla a very nice breakout. If you look at the levels that I gave you guys this morning as well, Tesla playing out very nice. You should have fee took that one as well. Remember, the levels are there for you guys to take action, right? So Tesla, we were looking at 414.78 break. Morning open, candle close. You were already at 418, so that was a no-brainer. Confirmation above, trend, buyers. You should be up almost $6 out of this already. Nvidia is the only one that, as well, we were broke down. Part of the profit taking. Much harder to trade because it closed below early. 2-minute trade, we were scalping that one. But think out of everything, Tesla was a more clear trade. So this is an hold, 818, have resistance. Now, next resistance of Tesla is 427. FY. If you are playing Tesla calls, make sure you are taking profits as well. Trimming as you go. 127. Tesla's definitely forming up high lows, high highs. So keep an eye on it. SGBX needs to break 121 to move forward. Nonetheless, was a great trade there. Flagging at the 1 minute. 5 minute curling as well. Yeah, for UT, you dropped some PRs back to back. See who has a markup. I think you big. Alright. Well, that wasn't big. Yeah, I think that we got much better price action. The two top gainers are not moving. Let's see if we can see the ones that were run earlier. Pags, Max. Let's have some that they had earnings yesterday. They get some nice continuation. CRNC. Nice continuation out of the 5 minute. Yeah, there's Mac as well, trying to break VWAP. Doesn't look that bad on the 5 minute. Take a look at MAGN, guys. That chart is looking pretty decent. That's McNara. Some pretty strong results. Well, it says Q4 loss declines. MAGN. But they got 839 million net sales. That's quite a lot of sales. Trading 31 million float stock. Not looking that bad. Just trying to see if he breaks above VWAP. Hold the VWAP break. Just something I'm watching, I'm just kind of looking out of the continuation of the trend, but it's not really, I'm not taking that position yet. I'm just watching. Right now, the one that has the attention is SGBX. Some of the ones that got some news early, not moving. Yeah, I'm gonna make a pause about CBU later. Can I put in some DD and stuff? I averaged down on that one today. Just kind of looking into this 3. Nice 5 minute though. 5 minute seems to be accumulating on MAGN. Alright, I took some here, guys. 11.83 MAGN. See if we can break out of the net sales. I'm low key looking like a cap on handle. So I'm not noticing too much on this trade just because there's low volume, but if we have this flag, we're gonna be playing this little range here out of the 5 minute as well. As long as we respect the 9, the 20. It seems that we got a trend line there, potentially can play out. So for now, I'm just gonna follow that. Let's see if we
That's
can
crazy,
volume.
man. This car.
You know, SGBX having trouble to break those 8s. And so this one, for example, we're gonna be playing this pattern. So we break below those 11s, then that's it. Setup is cooked. So we're gonna play that. Let's see what else around. So in the end had some nice run early morning. Seems to be still getting some momentum out of that.
Okay.
Spy nice breakout.
Okay.
Look up a little bit.
Okay.
I think your mic is open, buddy. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna mute you. Sorry.
Whoa.
All right. You know, Spy is slightly trending there. Has already peaking. It seems like he might about to break the trend line out there. So take a look at Tesla. Breaks the VWAP, you might be able to short that to the 60 for liquidity. You know, just FYI. So keep an eye on it.
Gotta chill
Easy
tomorrow.
break.
Chill, bitch.
We are having an interesting recovery. Some VARs into stepping in on the chart. It's gonna have to break the 60 MA, trying to close it off to potentially test, you know, pre-market highs. So we'll something to keep an eye on it in case if he does, if VARs are strong enough to do that. Seems like VARs are not stepping in on MAG. We're tapping low liquidity. Let's see. Playing the flag, the bottom of the flag. Bounce is 60. GBX got massively rejected. I was kind of expected, you know, hit a double top, couldn't break 8.21s. Now people is gonna start taking profits, dump the stock. I don't see volume in FVLG, to be honest. I don't really see volume at all. So this is something that I wouldn't trade, you know. Pack's looking better, you know. That accumulation of the 5 minute, the curl. He could still go. I mean, 30 minute out of the 9. These two are done. I'm also taking my loss on MAGN gas. I'm getting out. Broke the pattern. The VARs look pretty weak, so I'm out of MAGN, by the way. I'm out of this one. Not following Snow. That B-word break is what I was looking for. Not enough VARs, so no hanging around that. Looking at packs more. True. Yeah, actually looks pretty good. That one is good. No, they don't. No, that's not true. Then companies are not obligated to file SECs at the same time. You know, they can release stuff and this might not be filed. There are just times that they can do it. So That's why retail is always late, because by the time that they actually fill it, things probably already happen. Same thing with inside vines and all the stuff. Those 4 forms or 13Gs, 13F, any form. They don't have to fill it when they do it. So that's why, again, retail is always gonna be late, because we are always we know stuff at the end. Trigger and CRNC. Revenue beat. 5 minute potential flag. Need to pop there. And just fill the gap up. Pretty strong continuation out here. Only 40 million float. 5 minute broke out of the flag. I just don't see it being as strong as I would love to. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that thing. You scroll up and broke. Kind of missed this one. Yeah, I mean, there's not much detail out of that. Like I said, CRVO, they're trading a low volume. They're waiting data. And then there is a pattern that I draw, which is, it's a bullpen and out of the bigger perspective. So it needs to break out of the pattern to move forward. It's already closing above the EMA, so it's bullish. You can see VAR slipping in, and that's because insiders are loading up. They had positive data before. They keep loading up. Actually, yesterday, you see they are reporting more acquisitions, so that means that they are expecting something. A lot of times, sometimes you're gonna see insiders load up on a stock before something, before data release or any some sort of events. No, you don't know that. We're assuming. It's expectations. Stock bounce out of support, right? The pattern. So it's on track. I mean, we're holding this. I'm expecting to maybe see some news down the road. And as soon as we have some decent pop, we're gonna get out, right? But it's a very small flow. 6.6 million float. It's gonna move fast. If they're in some sort of news, when it moves, it's gonna move fast. It's not gonna sustain. Most of the times, low floats don't sustain the moves. RWD still hasn't filled the gap. This is one that we took in the past. Well, that's probably why CRNC probably drop another PR there. Price target 11. Makes sense. GVX 8.45, second high low. Quite nice move. I don't know if any of you guys been following the levels, but SPY gave you a nice breakout of the 6.73 as well. We had 673.71 for calls. Look at the chart. Started closing above the EMAs. And then you get a 675 move. Resistance is 675.70. I think that now we peak for the day. Just because you're overextended out of the pre-market move. So I think we might be able to see downside if it breaks the 20. I think more importantly, if it breaks VWAP, that's going to be a major retrace. That's going to signal a major retracement. Tesla's keep respecting the trend line. It's just Tesla's resistance for 27. But you can see how wire exhaustion is already hitting on Tesla. So don't overextend yourself if you're holding some calls or some runners. This is actually a great time to start taking profits because you're tapping resistance. Now, if that for 27 breaks, you might be open to 430s. As long as the 90 may holds up, you might be able to see that. Tesla's trying to break out there. We will need that candle close off to potentially give you confirmation for a higher move. Nvidia unable to break, still struggling out of that 200. Now VWAP breaks, you might be able to scalp that liquidity move because it will be meaning breaking that trend line as well. So if it breaks VWAP, you might be able to scalp that to that 193.22. Might be able to tap ball level if sell side is strong enough. But you will need to close breaking below, right? Close potential full close under VWAP to try to short that. See what's around the GVX. I feel like we might be able to scalp this GVX again. Just holding that high low, high and high. 5 minutes flying. Quite risky there. We'll take it. I mean, it's still flagging out of that. All right, took some SGBX guy here. 8.25. SGBX gas. I'm at 8.25. Risky. Playing the higher low. This is a very, very risky trade just because of volatility and the fact that we're already overextended on the chart. Playing that accumulation. See if we can break out of this. Let's go. I love that pop. Got some fills. There you go. Calvin streaming out. That was fast. I was able to sell some at 50s. And I'm out. I was a quick scalp, man. As soon as I get in, popped everything, I was out. Something's happened, man. You see, like, the trades happen in seconds. I might be able to re-enter here if we are able to hold this. Oh, look at that volatility, guys. Oof. Get out. If you are in, get out. Take your profits because this thing is getting extremely volatile. Oh, your second exit right there, 8.60s.
SPY is washing.
That's a nice scalp right there, 8.60s. I mean, that thing went crazy here at the end. That PR, that rating pushed it out the revenues. So for SPY, I was like I said, I was telling you, looking at VWAP break. Look at the 20 minute. That's what's gonna push to move to liquidity. VWAP just happened, right? Looking at the 5 minute, testing 20, testing liquidity 672s. Tesla, similar pattern here, right? Needed to break 427s, breaking out of the trend line. It might put perspectives onto the downside since buyers were already exhausted. You know, so most things are starting to break down now after the quick momentum that they had in the morning. So you have to observe the setups, you know, observe the trends, and then play based on them. Like you could have played spot puts out of the breakdown here. You could have. That's, you know, this is why you have to learn to analyze. Look at the trend line break here, broke the EMAs, close below the EMAs, and that was a nice entry in the puts. Nice move on SGVX, 8.75. Make sure you're taking profits. I think we might be able to test nines. The bars are strong. Let's go. Scalping this again. Let's go. That's why I don't wait. Most of the times when you're scalping these things, like as soon as he pops, I'm out. Because the volatility is huge. So sometimes those pops are gonna be very, very short-lived. You know, they can give you like 4 or 5%, 3%. And then you're not taking it, then you know what happens, right? It can revert easily in you. So it's personal preference at the end of the day. But that's how I trade, especially when I trade with bigger size. If I'm scalping something, you know, with like $50,000, man, it's in and out. That's a very easy way to compound gains.
So Did it fit? It ain't sliding nowhere. That's all we need.
I think SGX wants more. Let's see if we can scalp it again. All scalps, guys. In and out, in and out. Playing the trend and move. He's accumulating again. Might be able to get in here again. See if we can hold this. Before getting in, we want to see breaking VH. Farming is tricky. All right, took some here again, 8.65. Again, these are very, very risky trades. We're getting in, getting out. Looking to potentially break out of this. If it breaks down, I'm getting out too. You know, I'm not playing. I'm risking like 1-2% in this trades because we're playing based on the 9. So we break this 9, I'm out. And trend line is stabbing as well. And I think I'm gonna get out. Not yet, not yet. Nice bounce. Out of the liquidity. Let's see. Nice close there. Just trying to close above again. There you go. There you go. Come on, baby. A little pop, a little more. That breakout. Flex gonna snap. We might be able to see 9s. So 40% on the day. Quite. That is quite. I'm scaling some out of this 8.75s, guys. Selling some. There you go. Let's go. 8.88 just sold. I'm out. I'm out of that little pop 88s. I'm good, man. Scalping in now. Just little moves. 8.65, 8.85. That's a 20-cent move. Give me 2% gain. That's great. Now we need to break 9s to squeeze, potentially play it again. But he's always gonna try to reject out of the highs. This thing is trash. CYP is trying to recover. I'm still thinking this is gonna bounce one of these days. It's gonna break out of this flag. It seems they're selling shares. Interesting. Spies back to liquidity. Funny why to short that. That would be a good spot to sell some, just because you're bouncing on support. Tesla failing as well. This is gonna be critical, right? That VWAP, the 16 is gonna be very, very important. Nvidia broke the trend line as mentioned earlier, and you see tap back to liquidity, right? This was a little shorter you could play. From 194 back to liquidity on ball, 192. This was a nice 10-15% trade. If you took action. There's so many opportunities, but you guys need to, listen and then take action because I can't trade all of it. I'm giving you guys the setups. And you guys need definitely to analyze it and go from there. DBLT seems to be trying to curl up. I think we might be able to. I've been watching this for some time now. It's trying to curl up again on the daily. Oh, look at GVX trying to break out again. See 5 minutes flagging again. VARs are accumulating. I think we might be able to see another break. Scalping. There you go. Topping 9/10, 9.23. Look at the daily. That's gonna be huge. We were now 9.23. Let's go. Little scalp play out. I took the 8.99 out of the 9. I think I might be selling now. Stop and moves so fast. It's nerve wracking sometimes, when you're trading this. But part of scalping. There you go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. 930s. There you go. Taking profits here out of resistance. I'm writing my mental stop loss. Oof, I'm out. Selling the remaining here. I don't like that rejection. I'm out. All right, let's see what else. CPSM, nice puff. I feel like this one as well is extremely V down, slightly curling up on the daily. Weekly, massively V down. Accumulation on the 4 hour. I'm gonna have to make some DD on this one. So what the volume is, Mesa and Indian got 4 million volume. Still not moving. One thing you guys need to learn, that volume is not everything. I mean, you need to have volume and you need to have trend. This thing has like 400 million volume, but it's still done trending. So an EPSM trading such a low volume today. Farming and SGBX forming again. They might try to give us a breakout again. Let me see if I can scalp it again. June. The 5 trying to weak out. And SPY had a nice bounce on support. Again, those are that were short, and that's why I said take profits out of the support, out of that liquidity. Tesla still not breaking down. Nvidia bounce from liquidity. You know every single time, stocks will bounce from those liquidity zones. So if you're playing them, you have to be always getting in, getting out, because you're gonna get reversed. Oh, look at that thing. We were just talking about it. What just happened? Ooh. I was just looking at this for the oversold bounce. Man, missed it. Man, look at that daily. Missed the move. That's a 40-cent pop. Wow. There's the volume trying to come in here. You know, it's gonna be a swing trade. I feel like the way that it's shaping, the way that it's beat down like this. Just look at that chart, right? Like even for a short term, with that 2 million float stock, I feel like you definitely can make some damage there. I haven't even looked if it's shorter or not, but I can take a look. Problem right now is with trading with that low volume it's volatile. That was a nice scalp. If anybody took 215, sold 290s, that was an easy 20%. It has 210.37 cost to borrow, so it's shorter, but it's not that heavily shorter. DBLT trying to break 194. But yeah, the DBLT daily, I mean, it's calling out for that swing trade out of the curl. MACD is already showing you the sellers are decreasing. Earnings seem to be pretty. They got 200 million revenue target 2026. They got good guidance, so that should encourage shareholders. EYPH. Yeah, this one I like it, but I kind of missed it. Yeah, and I haven't even looked. And if it's based on China, that's actually even worse. China's 7th place. Well, it makes sense. That's the address. Chinese stock. Engage in liquor wholesale business. We're gonna get drunk. Is that what it is? Oh, look at that GVX, man. Luckily, we never re-entered on that second move. It had to happen. That's a dump. Now they're dumping. Now the dump begins. And those are chasing now it's not a trap. That's gonna hurt. Does anybody chase that at 9? That's hurting. It's a 25% drop probably, if not more. Nice trend. 16% on the day in iron. I did tell you guys that I was gonna knife down on earnings. I mean, I remember we traded in $17. It went 76. I was massive on this. It was pretty obvious, 2 overextended, earnings coming in. It was gonna happen. I haven't looked. Let me see what they have on pipeline. I checked last night. I kind of forget. Let me see what they have next. So they're expecting 5-step top line data. They're expecting 26. So it's expected in 2026. So you guys won't see data until 2026 on CRVO. But price action wise, I mean, if inside is fine, slowly might climb up. But if you truly want to see a big move on CRVO, you won't see that until 2026. As an FYI. Spike curling up here on the 1 minute. And on the 5, some bars stepping in. Still trading on the range. If you notice, those short-term trends that he has. I will definitely keep an eye on this break here. 427 is critical for Tesla. Very, very critical. If it breaks, it's gonna move. If it doesn't, you might be able to see in a double top here. And then Nvidia, I wouldn't even be concerned with Nvidia anymore. As long as it doesn't break above the EMAs, the 60-20, then yeah, I wouldn't even be looking to the upside. More than not, Nvidia breaks the 200, it might flush, might correct itself a little bit, which is very common after big moves. Stocks will correct themselves. But in the meantime, I want to keep scanning around, guys. Is there any questions? I guess I'm gonna take some questions now. Go over questions, stocks. I guess might need to. So you can raise your hand as well. If you're in Zoom, you can raise your hand.
Hey, Alfred. Good morning.
Good morning.
Quick question, might not be done, but why is it that on some days there are 0 days expiration for calls and some days don't happen? Like for example, today, I think SPY and everything else has just 1 day expiration.
Are you sure that you have the ODT open? Sometimes, if you deactivate it, it's gonna be gone. Depends on the content. The option change should be ODTs today. Let me look. I have ODTs. I'm looking at my option chain. So that must be something on your profile, because I'm looking right now to my option chain and I have ODTs.
You have 0 day?
Yeah.
The lowest I had
0 days today.
The lowest I had is 1 day. So what I normally
Yeah, that's that tells me that your profile is not activated for 0 DTs. You have to change that on your profile, because they are extremely risky. They just don't give you that by default. You have to go and change that. Again, I wouldn't recommend it. If you're not profitable, consistent, you shouldn't be messing around with 0 DTs. I do it because, like I said, I got a capital to lose, but still, it's extremely risky to trade ODTs.
see it on my chain, which is weird. But I'll figure it out and see what setting is causing it to change. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I like CVU. CVU last time. What I like about CVU, last time they got a big order, which is what made the stock squeeze. Then they presented earnings. They had 19 million revenue. They just got 2 hours ago a news. They were awarded Lot 5 production contract. So they have good stuff coming to them. Also, looking at the monthly chart, you see you're actually bouncing out of the liquidity zone. So risk reward wise, it's great, and this is why I actually averaged down today, because I saw the bounce, I saw the curl. We need one good catalyst with one good day. I mean, a nice 40-50%. Yeah, we might be looking at fours again. Daily curl as well, looking pretty nice. So that's what I'm holding. That one. More than that, I think the momentum just cooled down. So is there anything you're looking at? Because I'm looking at our runners, and seems fluctuations just slow down. I guess I'm gonna give you guys an update on the options. I'm gonna post that on the chat in the meantime. But again, if you have questions, speak up. I'm gonna be doing those updates. I mean, Loki is probably trying to break out.
What are your
Wires are
thoughts on
there.
DVLT?
But
What are
I
your
said,
thoughts on DVLT?
like I said on DVLT, I mean, it could potentially be a swing trade. I mean, judging from from the chart and the news and the potential range, right, out of the liquidity. So day trading wise, I wouldn't do that right now just because there's no trend. It's losing the momentum, broke the trend. But if you're trying to play that as a swing trade, like say you could make sure that still, it could still break down, mainly it's curling up. So that's a good signal, but you still are not above the EMAs. So you still don't have, full confirmation on the daily chart that that's going to happen. Just as an
Okay.
FYI.
Another question. Is it a good time to average down on unfold?
Well, that depends on your average. Depends on whether you're comfortable too. Like I said, you can average down whenever you're comfortable. Stock is making new lows, right? Stock is looking liquidity right now. Last time we hit 63s, but again, it's all about where you're comfortable too. I mean, if you're down pretty decent amount and you feel okay with buying it, sure, there isn't a specific. Ideally, you want to buy in liquidity zones, right? Support zones. But if you're already decent amount drop, yeah, I mean, you see what happened last time, right? It dropped to 75s, and anybody could have averaged down on the drop, and then the next day you had a 60% move, 70% move. So you don't know when they're gonna drop some news. You only know that you're playing based on the ranges. So
Okay.
again, you can average down. I mean, and it's actually sitting as support now, so can play based on that.
Thank you.
I mean, that LFS chain, that Japanese stock too has been moving the past couple of days. Who's that? Spy's gonna be tricky to play now. It's because it's ranging now in this box. But he's trying to close above the EMAs. I will definitely take a look at that 675.70 if he given. That might be a nice move to play some calls, only if it breaks that resistance level. But I wouldn't play calls until that happens. $675.70. That's what it needs to break. And if you break 675 on 70, I mean, yeah, you could, as long as it closes above, break and hold and closes above, you might be able to tap 676, which is your VH. And above that, then you have a pretty decent amount for fair value gap to play out. So also take a look at CYPH, guys. I'm gonna take some. CYPH. So I'm at 3.13 on CYPH. See if we can break out of the liquidity zone. Looking to 70 to 80 stop loss. Definitely like this 5-minute curl. 30 bounce flag. I still feel like this is gonna have a bigger move. You just need some volume. LFS2 kind of trending a little bit. 5-minute looking pretty decent out of the accumulation with the fires. Yeah, super spready. LFS because it's 1 million float, so it's huge spread. That's the problem there. You know, it has a very brief pop. As you can see, it hasn't hold above. Needs to really hold above and close above the 427. I mean, you could scalp sometimes those moves, but you gotta be quick because you know the 1 minute, right? If you're gonna take action on the 1 minute, then you have to be quick because those moves are minutes, right? Broke above, candle close. You got 1, 2, 2 minutes, 2, 3 minutes to trade this. And if you don't do that, then you get stuck on the drop. Because on the 5 minute, there is no confirmation yet. So as well, like when you're scalping, you know, you have to look at both time frames and they know when to act and when not to act. But for now, holding the trend, trying to build some high lows, so still can break out. So something to keep an eye on it. Nvidia, on the other hand, seems like it's just looking to correct itself. Can't break above yet. Keeps getting rejected. So it's gonna need to give me break to the upside. CYPH needs some volume there, man. Hmm. They have 136.07 cost to borrow, but they are in some trouble. We'll see where it'll take us. Wolf, I never re-entered. To be honest, I wanted to see Wolf back to 9s. You know, when it was dropping at 10. I definitely wanted to see 9s, but I think I'm gonna be forced to get in again. That's quite a bounce. So yeah, I might be forced to re-enter Wolf. The quarter price, because it's looking good. It's definitely looking good on the daily, especially when I count the close. Also, to your question, White Raven, I don't know if you saw, but there are 2 lists posted on 2 rooms. I did that for the entire purpose of all of you guys making an assessment on whatever we're holding, we're not holding. I am holding MOVX. That's known, right? A lot of us are holding MOVX. I have not averaged down because I don't see any accumulation yet, no bottom yet. So, yes, I would suggest go look the list. Like all of you guys should do. So that way, you guys know exactly what we're holding, we're not holding. You can use the search bar as well. Check this, use the search bar, and that should send you back to the list. Man, Pax, nice move. Kind of missed that one. Big CYPH instead of Pax, made a little pop. Dang it. Check. I was not answering you to your radio. That was not for you. I was talking to White Raven. I was asking something else.
Alpha, one test on the 2 minute. Is that a cup and handle?
You said on test the what? On the 1 minute? No.
On the 2 minute.
Why are you using 2 minute?
I'm just looking through them all.
Yeah, but we don't
Okay.
use 2 minute though.
Okay.
It's I
Okay,
mean
what's the 1 minute?
there is no gap on handle. But let's talk about the reason that we don't use 2 minute is because it's pointless. You are looking to try to find, clear and sooner price action, then why would you wait an extra minute when you can just look at the 1 minute?
Gotcha.
And now, I mean, it
But
broke.
why?
Why is not cap? Why is not a cap on handle? Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you broke the pattern, right? You had the rejection here. They technically will be the cup. There was no rejection. There was no handle form. You broke above, so invalidated the highs. One thing you guys need to do as well, can do, is just go back to the chart patterns that I have. I mean, which it took me 2-3 hours to do that for you guys. Start the concepts, clear formations, correct formations, right? So it's easy to mistake patterns. It happens. I've done it before too. We tend to see stuff that is not there, but it's important to study that, right? So you guys are not, taking action based on, for example, I don't know. Let's say you see a flag, but it's not a flag, or you see a pennant, it's not a pennant, right? And then you're gonna take the trade based on that, but in reality, that is not that, right? And you're gonna lose because you took the wrong pattern.
That's exactly what happened. I'm gonna go back and study it. Thank you.
And you can print them out. Printing them out is actually good too. I got
Okay.
photo. I have photo.
Good morning. Hi. May I have a $40 money order, please?
Damn, $40 order. It's a lot. So though, I had it yesterday. That's because I like the accumulation sound. So I don't. That's really what it is. I'm sitting at 90 cents. So cool. Now we'll see. I'm gonna give it maybe a month or two, see what it does. Ideally, now next time that we drop to 60, 63, that's what I'm gonna buy again. But I just kind of like the pattern that we form here. This is also a nice liquidity bounce, show virus are present. So that was a good move. And again, you never know when you can drop an update. The data is until next year, but you never know. I mean, stocks can do anything. Maybe an inside advice, a big stake, and stock spikes. So there's a lot of things that can happen. It's like EVX. EVX is curling up out of the positive data. Low volume. I mean, it's technically, I could average down now just because the way that it's shaping now. 20% on very low volume. Look at that volume, 67. Does nothing. It's moving on thin air. CYPH. It's in my patience. Specs. Now for your question on TAR, the price action is pretty clear for now. It's quite a variation for now. I mean, it's a biotech, tends to move up and down a lot. There's I haven't looked into the filings yet. I don't know if they were selling, but it's possible. It can totally move forward. You have price action, acting bearish, but you can see, TAR tends to make some quite a moves from time to time. So if it retraces back down to that $1.50, that's what it's been accumulating. Every time that it has some big run-ups, it goes on a quiet period. So it can happen. It can totally happen. You gotta follow what the trend is doing. The reason that I haven't added more on TAR is because of that. Why will I buy now when stock is clearly breaking out? So manage your positions, just kind of zoom out, see where you've been accumulating before. I mean, it says it's played it twice.
Hey, Alpha, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, indicating the reversal.
So also one thing I'm gonna say about candlesticks, don't be looking candlesticks on the shorter time frames.
Oh, okay, so these are not a longer.
They're very relevant. You know, if you're looking, you know, again those type of thing, hangmans, dodgies, or dragonflies or hammers, it's irrelevant. You know, the price action is just not gonna. It's more about understanding why the stock rejecting. You know, stock spike, you're under resistance, you're gonna break a resistance. You know, the price action is already overextended on the day. That's what matters the most, not looking candlesticks.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Mhm. Things are not. Don't see much going on, guys. So it's that's what it's called. It's in the beginner section. I'm gonna tag you there, but it's literally what all of you guys should literally be studying. I'm gonna screenshot that again. You know, there is an entire class in first that I made myself. It took hours. You know, you guys have no idea. It took me hours to go over from top to bottom and reorganize the entire section for that reason. So you guys can have it easier, you know, to identify patterns, candlesticks, psychology, concepts. Something that's the homework, you know, that's the stuff that you guys should be working every single day. And so GPUS, you know, they've been on a very consistent downtrend. They've been keep diluting. You can see not too long ago they just filed. This was actually 2 days ago. They have an S3 open. 1 billion though. That's a lot of. So they're gonna keep diluting, man. That's not something that you wanna, you know, I wouldn't play that. You know, you have a S3 open. Stock clearly is being on a downtrend like this. Prospectus is very, very minimal. More likely, I mean, this is gonna have the reverse plate if they wanna stay on the Nasdaq. So just keep that in mind. No, I feel like it's gonna. I feel that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna have the reverse plate. I think your workhorse is moving, Bruce. Nice 30% on the day today. I mean, Google to the moon. Google keeps paying. So look at the weakness here on SPY. It's gonna have the retest probably the same support, 672.76. This is a very important area because if it goes below that, you get a 60 on the 5 as well right there. It's been ranging on the same levels from time to time. Has as well, you know, you losing the trend, couldn't hold above. That VWAP on the 20 minute is going to be very, very critical. VWAP more than not. If you break that, you might see liquidity at 421s. Nvidia as well, try and bring it down as well. Testing that to 100. Correcting itself. You might be tapping 191s. Man, that SGBX nice was massive. See why you don't want to chase sometimes? That was an ugly retracement. Imagine somebody stuck at the 9s now. That's gonna be a hard time. That person is cooked. Let's see why PH testing my patient. I'm still playing on this. I'm gonna respect my stop loss because I'm playing the range on the larger time frames. Expecting that we might have a nice break out of the daily. For now, it seems the sellers are trying to take over. Just got rejected out of the $3 range. I'll give it a day or two. As long as that trend holds, I'm gonna be playing that. Mhm. Yeah, so far, the only one trying to hold the trend is LFS. That's really it. Everything else is just red. Well, like I said, as long as you're buying Google shares, you can get it technically anytime. Google. I'm already holding Google shares in a while now, and again, the fact that Warren Buffett bought, like I said today, is just more. It's just a strange thesis of Google being a very amazing investment, and I completely agree. So I do not recommend, especially I think you are Raul, you're pretty down with options, and I will definitely say you should stay away from playing options. You should stay away from taking risky trades. Instead, trying to recover with solid trades, solid investments that might get you back. I mean, Google, you can't go wrong with Google buying some shares. You just simply cannot, right? Goes lower, buy more, write it up, right? You just cannot go wrong with that. I think you were not here, but yeah, 2 days ago I tell everyone, everybody here, buy some Google shares. Then yesterday they backed down again under 300s, and I was like, buy it again because that's gonna be a great dip. If you actually listened yesterday when it did back down to 300s, that was another good entry, and you got a nice average. Now you're over to 300 again. So it's all about listen, take action, right? The money's there. But once again, I can't press the buy or sell for you. You gotta do it. That will be the 5 minute for Tesla. But more importantly is the VWAP right now. It's breaking down the VWAP. You got ball at 421.83. Below your VL, you gotta have 200s. But like I said, technically here out of this, you start already showing the weakness on the charts, curling down, market curling out, sellers pretty much taking over, buyers leaving. So you got different different signals out of the weakness, and you couldn't break out, right? Fail breakout brings weakness on the chart. Spies knife flush. Fediwadi shorting, playing some puts there. Just testing the 60, man. This will be a great time to trim if you play some puts below the 60. You might be looking those pre-market liquidity zones at 670, 669. See if they're strong enough to hold below that. You already have a small area sitting at 671.80. Test the bounce out of liquidity. Always look to your left. LFS, that was an ugly drop. Ugly drop. Spies flushing. So you got the confirmation on the support and the EMAs. You got how many confirmations, guys? Come on. How you guys are shorting this? Broke VWAP 1 here, below support, below EMAs 1, 2. 5 minutes start. You again, if you did take action, you should be green now. No, you want to just kind of keep an eye on it, depending on where was your entry. Look your 9 EMA, look your resistance. That 672.40 is now going to be your resistance level. If it wants to reverse, you got POC sitting at 672.09. If you want to be more conservative, move your stop loss above POC and move it down as it goes down. Market go down, seems like momentum small caps are as well cooling down, which makes sense. But there you go. It's a nice flush. See where we tapping. Seems that SPY wants to go for that 20 to 670, 669s out of the morning liquidity. Not a bad time to take some profits out of the drop.
Excuse me, bro.
Yeah, talking to me. Not sure if you were talking to me or not. Oh, look at that payment. China on action. That's crazy, man. I really wanted to take this trade based on the oversold move. I never do it just because it was Chinese. Look at that thing, man. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Had to be. And things are just slowly crawling here and there. Reds, 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 reds. SPY still looking pretty weak out of the 90-minute rejection. If you're riding some runners on those puts, should be doing pretty good so far. Tesla broke VWAP as well. If you took action out of the VWAP break, you might be closer to 200. That's a good spot to start, trimming your profits. Nvidia as well broke below the 200. That was a great action. All these levels I gave you guys, and I posted on the chat as well. So you had actionable stuff to do. And it was pretty easy just to kind of, and if you realize, we've been talking in these rejections how the price action was going to shape to the downside, right? So you have to read the price action, right? Look at your trend, how the market is behaving. So the type of things that, it makes you money. Nice bounce on CYPH. Little bounce. That workhorse did good today. Try to. I think you might even get to your $1 break today on Warhorse. I think you guys are playing this one, right? I think Bruce is playing this one. Then on hold it. What's hitting? 3.87. Damn. Spike is flushing. Man, what a trade. Puts are green, guys. Tapping the 670s. He might be actually able to test the 670, 669s, which is 200 MA. But again, if you're on those shorts, make sure please don't let it go red. Because that's going to bounce out of liquidity probably. This was a very nice short. That's why, remember what I said about that 670, 2.40, these two supports here, they were very, very important. And you can see how even if you zoom out, breakdown candle, confirmation, confirmation. This is like a daily thing, guys. This is literally your bread and butter. You guys should know this. And hesitation, hesitation is what kills. I mean, that's why, you can't be afraid to take in a trade. Because at the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed. No trade is going to be 100%. So if you're waiting to find a trade that's going to tell you, you know what, take me is 100% you're going to win, it's not going to happen. You have to put all the things that you're learning here and then put in one perspective. And then, if you feel like it's a good trade based on what you know, take it. If it doesn't go your way, it's okay though. We all lose. If you lose, you lose. You have to minimize the loss, set a stop losses, right? But you can't not take trade just because out of fear, right? Look at the VWAP right here. Very clear confirmation on the EMA sellers. We tapped at 200, which was what I was mentioning, you guys. Below this, right? You start summing now, you're gonna see the liquidity at 60 MA. But by now, you definitely want to start taking profits because the entry was a VWAP break. Similar pattern here with NVIDIA. Look at this, right? We broke several rejections. What did I tell you guys? Break liquidity. We break the 200. We are going to flush. Clear. Crystal clear. Sellers under EMAs. Trend down. I mean, what else can you ask for a downtrend? What time is it? 11? I think that's what that probably be because we got some fat. Let me look at the time. 11. Yep. We had a Fed speaker at 11.
Mm.
And then the next one is a 1:40. And everything seems to be knifing down, by the way. Every single stock is going down. And then you're going to start seeing the pivots. You tap that 200 minute just now. So that is your exit. I mean, you should be out by now on those puts, personally. Such a big move down. Yeah, that's humongous move. And SPY doesn't want to stop. Crazy. So look at that rejection, man. This is a fat hourly candle. Yeah, it's a broad drop. The entire market just dropped. Things are turning red. Everything is just took a dump. I mean, some things are green, but like you can see them. They are knifing down hard out of where they were. Interesting to see. And see, that's what I thought. I mean, besides what what the news did, the overall price action, it never changed, which is why I tell you guys early morning. Don't get too excited, with the fact that Nvidia, beat earnings, because Nvidia was not gonna turn around the entire market. That was a very, very short momentum. The major trend still to the downside. Sellers were still present, and they just use the skews right now to dump the whole market. And you have things coming out, Fed speakers, and the data. It seems like there's mixed messages on the Feds are hawkish, which is why as well. is pushing this market down. So I think we're still gonna see more lows probably. Tomorrow we get more data. You know, we have, let me kind of pull it out the calendar. Tomorrow we got PMI, we got consumer sentiment, and we got 3 more Fed speakers in the morning. So it's definitely gonna be, I feel we're gonna close the week red, more likely. Probably tomorrow we might see the continuation. We might be able to test 663s, maybe 660s if this trend remains. I'm sure we might be pivoting soon because we're tapping 4-hour EMAs. So the pivot is coming soon. But if you guys don't run us on those puts, you should be easily 80%, 70%, 50%, or depends on where did you get in. You only have to follow the trend in Atoma levels. You are easy 50, 70%, if not more, depending on where you took the trade. Nvidia is approaching support. You know, you break that 188.19. You're gonna have open the 185s. Red OC. See a red. It happens, man. It happens. I was only able to trade SPY. You know, I didn't trade Tesla. I didn't trade Nvidia. I mean, I only took my SPY shorts out of my drop, and that's really it. But all those 3 that I was walking you through, all of them did exactly what we were talking about. And ironically, the only thing running has to be the Chinese stock, right? The entire market red, but the Chinese stock needs to be running. Ironically. I know, right? Is that a snore? I feel like it's like somebody breathing or something. He fell asleep, you know, he bought some puts, he fell asleep. Give me the name. I'll tell him out. You know, it's not looking that bad. You know, CYPH is, I wouldn't say it's not looking good. I mean, it's still on the pattern. You know, it hasn't broke down. I mean, I think I will be concerned if, you know, with the whole market dropping, this will have flushed down. But it didn't do it. You know, we're still on the pattern, so I'm still holding there. You know, I got my stop loss sitting at 280s. So, which is where where we bounce. We have liquidity here. So this one playing out, you know, see where he goes, see where it takes us. We can totally see that, you know, sellers are increasing on shorter time frames. You know, we can't deny that. But, you know, as long as we don't break down, and, you know, sellers might, you know, buyers might still be able to give a little push, probably break a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see where he goes. This thing is gonna break 4s, man. Wow. In mine, I literally was watching it at 2s when I saw this is oversold, and he just went bananas. See how fast can change, because he had no volume early morning, but I was just speaking more from a, you know, from a larger perspective, and that's what he caught my attention. Not a shorter time frame, but it was a larger time frame. The accumulation on the daily beat down, and see, you could have taken the trade based on the larger time frame. not on the smaller time frame, which is always important. I always tell you guys, learn to analyze every time frame, because sometimes you're gonna be able to identify stuff out of the larger time frames. But I mean, right now, guys, there isn't really much. Any questions? Anything you want me to talk about? Look into it, because right now, again, it's 11:27. Market is red. You guys should be green if you took some puts. Market momentum is gonna cool down. So right now, to be honest, there is not much we can do. Just kind of close those shorts if you have some shorts. I have my CYPH. I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see how it does. And obviously, out of that, it was a good morning. You know, we got some great, amazing trades today. SGVX pay us several times. You know, you don't have to catch every single move, but I mean, if you were following today, we had a very, very good day. And I'll just hope nobody got stuck on that drop. But great day. Oh, look at that thing, man, squeezing, man, crazy. Is there any question, guys? Anything you want me to before I go? I'm gonna go eat something too. Yeah, it's 11:30. No, nada. You guys good? Zero.
Yes, sir. All good.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I will be on the chat if you need me. You know, tag me.
Thank you, Alpha.
No problem. No, ACT did not go bought out. What would you say that? That just keeps dropping. Still there though. I don't know what would you say that, but looking pretty bad to be honest. That has nothing to do though. You know, the candlesticks are not paying. The candlesticks are not telling you that the stock is getting bought out. You know, there needs to be news explicitly telling you this company is getting acquired, their deal. You know, candlesticks do not tell you if the stock is gonna get bought out or not. And buyouts happen when there is a very strong conviction of the other company. You know, buyouts don't happen just because, right? No. All right, I'll be chat, guys. Be safe. Good day.
Hello?
You know, get out.
Nah.
I'm sorry, I got out there.
You got out?
Good.
I don't know why you got out, bro.
We're going talking to it.
On what? On what? What the
On the 5 minute.
On the 5 minute?
On 10.
Yeah, yeah, I for sure seen that. Yeah, I'm waiting till it go to that 200.
I feel like, okay, so I got out. You know, I was putting back out for $80 there. I got 2 sets. So it's like, I got stayed over there because I stayed on the 5 and put it back to that 5. But I stayed there.
To the 9?
Yeah, back to that 5. So I seen it plus 50, so I'm like, fuck you, I'm gonna stay in.
It looked langy. I swear to God, I should have 421. I was scored. Wait.
What? Yeah, I just told you it's too early. I ain't heard. I already said it. Stop asking. 4:15 is actually low.
Yeah. I definitely got that one. I'm like, play with it too much.
Oh, God. Get out that 4:15.
So that's what I'm saying. I'll stop it.
That's my level. Every level. And just set the stop loss tight.
That's for sure what I'm about to do.
I'm not my ass hard. I gotta see. Yes, out of there. Out of
Who?
yeah.
That nigga gonna be tomorrow.
I don't know. I'm not first time telling they like they ain't taking me to Amazon, bro. Possibly, he probably gonna be like, man, don't get your ass on the road.
Everything I think the nigga gonna say.
So it's 30. I got a feeling that's what I'm saying. You know, it's 30. I'm not gonna be able to go right now.
All right. And it's because you waited too, though.
But no, I ain't gonna be able to go because it's dangerous.
No, no, I'm just saying. But you remember he told you, he said, just wait, give me a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, give him a minute. Sure.
So it's like, it's like 2 days after he told you. So like, hell no, he asked too soon, nigga.
Yeah, nigga needs that money, nigga.
This a month ago now. It's been on a month ago, so yeah, put that stop on tight though. It's a heavy butter.
Man, I don't care about it. I'm about to get up out of here.
But where did you get out? Like, we fuck that 200 shit, nigga. It's scared of heavy. It's a heavy level to. I might just bounce off this motherfucker. It's at 4. It's at 4:15:40, and I live at 4:15:24. Or just put a stop loss. Being tight.
Shit, so goddamn tight. You might as well just stop me out.
How much you will?
$700.
So that's all fast. Half of the silent. Yeah, like nigga. Every dollar I lose